Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. Appreciate y'all for tuning in each and every day, man. Appreciate all the likes and engagement already on the show for today. Let's get a couple more likes and retweets in there. Big day yesterday. As always, I'll recap yesterday first. Hold on, let me pull up my recap. So everything released here on the internet, we went 5-2. Well, actually, really 5-3 because Tyus Jones, we had over his RAs and to record a double-double. The double-double was a small bet, but still missed both of those. So we cashed LeBron. That was the late ad. Shout-outs to the Noti gang for that one. Cashed Malik Beasley. No one's paid us more this season. Cashed Tobias Harris assists over. I think that was in the first 3 to 6 minutes. Halliburton over 26.5 points and assists, sweat-free. Donovan, reverse jinx, 5-25. I don't think he had any threes in the first quarter. Comes out, hits 2 in the third quarter. And then I think he cashed right before the fourth. Reed was spot on right there. I knew we'd have 10, 11 three-point attempts. He actually finished with, I believe, 13. So very happy with that, Reed. Towns, early foul trouble. I probably wouldn't have played it if I knew Mitch was going to go. That's not the reason he missed. He just played like ass. I mean, I'll give you that. It was a bad read. But I probably would have laid off if I were a little more patient. All right, that is the recap. We do have a guest on. Joel was in here last Saturday, back again this Saturday. We'll bring him up. That is at JG4President on Twitter. Make sure you give him a follow.
Yo.
What's going on, Joel?
Not much. Just how about those Cavs last night, baby?
Man,
they go down 25-3. 25-3.
Okay, 25-3. I saw you
and
were
they come storming
early.
back, baby. Dude, I was fucking down, depressed. We go down 25-3. I'm like, I don't even want to watch the rest of this game. Like, my night's ruined. Yep. Boom. They just come battling, dude. Oh,
not only did Mitchell play well, Garland played well, Mobley played well, Allen
they were hunting Hauser on those pick and rolls, man. It was getting really bad.
It was.
I'm interested to see what it's going to be like when Porzingis and Drew are in there, because Hauser won't be on the floor as much. But happy about that win.
That was awesome.
Fucking great.
The NBA
that was one of the best
actually,
games of the season.
Yeah, the NBA was nice last night. That Chicago game, did you see that? Kobe White 3-point or 4-point play with a second
I didn't see that.
To send it into OT. Yeah, that was crazy. And then that Jazz game, I know everybody was out, but that one almost went to OT. So there were some really good games yesterday.
Yeah, dude. Isaiah Collier was 7.5 assists plus 120 last night. He had 14. This dude is just why don't every time he's at 7.5, you just got to run that number. That's against Minnesota too.
I'm a little disgusted with that one because I released his double-double in a parlay and didn't bet it straight. It was plus 550.
Oh, man.
And I paired it with Austin Reeves, who was injured in the first quarter, which was another plus 550. I was actually – that would have probably missed either way. I was kind of banking on the Lakers resting one of those guys. So the read didn't work anyways. But, yeah, wish I'd at least ran that double-double as a straight.
I don't understand the people who are talking about, the NBA ratings being bad and stuff. Dude, I love it every single night. I'm pretty locked on it. So doesn't make much sense to me.
I think post All-Star break has been really good. I think the officiating is like they're allowing them to be more competitive as they did last year post All-Star break. And then there's a really smart NBA mind, like not a dumb head, just face on the screen, an actual smart guy. I just can't remember his name. He made a good point. Quarter one of the NBA, the ratings were super, super low. But it was the election cycle. And I know, not a lot of people our age are watching that. But the older generations, that definitely does take away. He commented that in the last 3 election cycles, they were all down Q1. So I'm excited to see what the ratings look like Q2 and also like going into the playoffs this season. I think the NBA product's great right now.
I love it. It's like it's hard for people to watch because you have to buy League Pass, right? So like there's like kind of barriers to like being able to watch games every night, but for me, like it's the best league by far, dude. You get sports games every single night.
Yeah.
Like you can't name other than baseball, but I don't know. Baseball's weird to me.
You gonna bet baseball this year? Hit your props.
Man. I don't know, man. Last year they took me for a ride.
Did they really? Did you end up profitable?
Yeah. No, I was down like 12 units, and then I just quit because I was just getting my ass handed to me.
I was very successful the first half of the season, and then I actually ended up quitting about it was right around my birthday, first week of August. I was up 70 units the first half and rinsed 20 units in 3 or 4 weeks.
Do you model it?
Yeah, I model. Nerfies, picture
that's
props.
the only way I'd probably do it.
Yeah. I think your NBA model looks good, though. I think you do really good with baseball. It's kind of just the same. And then you critique it season by season.
Yeah, sure.
Small slate today, only 5 games. I know we've got a couple plays that intertwine. They're not exactly the same, but similar.
Yep.
Malik Beasley does play basketball today. I had that rolling down there. Hey, 233 people in here, man. 238. We got a lot jumping in. Hey, we appreciate this. I appreciate this. If you can, just drop a like, drop a retweet on this video. It helps me grow the page, helps me get guests like Joel on. So appreciate y'all for all the engagement. First game, let me get props.cash up. Also, use code SHARP25. You'll get 25% off your first month using props.cash. Joel, let's get right into it. So we both have a play here. Why don't you take the lead here because it's a little different than my angle. What were you seeing with LaMelo last night?
I took LaMelo's points and assists. It was at 31.5. So, I'm expecting him to play full minutes here. I know he's been out a couple of games, but I mean, if he plays, 28 plus minutes here, in a great matchup, pace up matchup against Washington, right? Who he's just crushed already this year. I don't know if it's like completely relevant because Jordan Poole's out, who like someone that would guard him, but he's just been smashing this line, even with both Bridges and Mark Williams in there. So
my read was my read was very similar. A lot of it had to do with the minutes, exactly like you said. I think he's 28 plus. I even slaughtered him, I think around 30, 31.
Yeah, like up to 34 probably.
Yeah, I mean it's Washington. Let's hope that this game stays competitive. For me, another big thing was just the field goal attempts he's had versus Washington this year, 32, 27. I'm not banking on anything like that. His 3-point attempts were also 18 and 13. I do think we see 10 plus 3-point attempts, 9 plus 3-point attempts from him in this game. And I do think we see, somewhere around 30 minutes. And when I made my number last night, I played his points, not his PAs, and I played his points at 24.5. I do think the market's close to correct now. 26.5, a little over, is about where I was. So, I think plugging this for Joel and I both, make sure you guys have those Twitter notifications on because by the time we played these overnight, they had moved. So definitely worth having noties on.
The Paul George CLV is ridiculous, by the way.
Yeah. And that's another one where we're both on, but we got a slightly different read. So that was wild. 3 points closing line. I mean, when I saw
I should have put 3 units on that.
I know. I should have done at least pick of the day on it as well. I know. What about? Was there anything else in this game that caught your eye?
Yeah, I mean, I think Mark Williams is interesting. 26 points last game. That just Washington interior is just super, super rough, right? Like, I mean, they've just been hammered by bigs. 28th against the roll man. So I think Mark Williams stuff is interesting. I think you get a better price last night, but I still think that's pretty interesting.
This one's moved, huh?
Yeah, I think he was at maybe 14.5 points last night.
Let me go. What would you slot his minutes at? Like 28, 29?
Played 31 last game. I'd probably stick him right in there, about 30.
Let me see where I end up with Mark Williams at 30. Yeah, I think I still might like this. I'm actually have him slotted right at 30. 17 and 11.72. 17. See, I still could probably get down on this 15 and a half. Let me go to the rebounds. I'm at 11.72. Okay. But it is Washington. I mean, can't think of a better matchup. I do lean over Mark Williams' points. There are still 15 and a halves in the market.
Yeah, so do I. I think there was like 14 and a half still legitimately last night.
That is an interesting spot. That's close. You have a Hard Rock in Ohio?
Yep.
Yeah, that 110 price.
I mean, LaMelo might even get ruled out too, which would give you just crazy CLV. But
see, I don't hate LaMelo playing though, just because of putting him in the role, man. I guess Nick Smith Jr. would be more passive though. Yeah, LaMelo game time decision. Damn, I don't know. This one's close for me. We have a request.
If I wasn't on,
what's that?
We can look into that. If I wasn't on LaMelo already, I'd probably be more interested in playing this. But I mean, I don't know if I want to slap 2 overs on a Wizards and Hornets game. But I mean, that should stay close just because they're 2 terrible teams.
I 100% agree. Yeah, and that double price is crazy. I'll leave his points over as a lean as well. Nothing official, but I do think Miles Bridges' points could have value if LaMelo's out. He's averaging 20 field goal attempts. You'd have to think 17 or 18.
I was fading his ass too, like last week. He was just killing me.
Yeah, with and without LaMelo is going to be a stark difference in how I feel about Bridges here. Without LaMelo, though, I'd be willing to play a Miles Bridges over 22 for sure. I don't know where it would bump to, probably 23, 24 and a half if you're not quick. But
can we also take a peek at Chris Middleton unders here?
Yeah, you think the market's inflated because Jordan Poole?
Probably. I mean, I still have him at 25 minutes.
It'd be hard to argue.
They don't want to push.
Yeah, it's like, why push him? You're not playing for anything.
Yeah, I mean, plus his ankles,
I don't hate a PRA under for him.
Yeah, same.
Let's give him a ceiling of 28 minutes. Yeah.
That's what I did too.
Let me go to the market. Do you know if this has moved at all?
I think this was 23.5 last night too. It is kind of concerning Poole being out though, right? Because we haven't seen that.
Exactly.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, see, when this happens, I try to find trends for the green. It looks a lot better with, I mean, still, Without Poole, you do think the potential assists could be around 5, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You probably think 8 plus field goal attempts as well. Now it's getting closer, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I lean under though. Definitely lean under the PRAs. Just agreeing with you though. Without Poole, haven't seen that exact lineup yet. Probably just leave that as a lean. Someone asked, what was it, Koulibaly? Yeah, Koulibaly's PRA is under. Let me go to my model. I don't have anything off the top of my head. Without Poole.
Under. It doesn't look terrible.
Let me go to my model. I don't have an off the top of my head opinion.
Yeah, neither do I.
PRAs, I do lean under, but this is again, you know, without Poole, we could see his minutes balloon.
I agree.
So yeah, Storch, I kind of like the way you're looking there, leaning there, kind of lean PRAs under, but nothing official on Koulibaly. Nick Smith Jr. without LaMelo could get a nice usage bump.
If LaMelo's out.
Right, if LaMelo is out. Yeah, I'd obviously probably hate this line with LaMelo, but without LaMelo, you could look into that, maybe even his assists.
How do you feel about Bub Carrington?
Let me go look without Poole this year. Brogdon's out as well. I know there's probably not been many of those games. 30 plus minutes in each of those. Averaging 31 in the minutes without Poole.
His 8.5 RA looks pretty good. Man, if that was.
Kind of don't hate his. Let me go to my model because I would like to know. Let me slate him for at least 31 minutes in this one.
Yeah, I think he sees that. Problem is, like, this is so unknown because Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton have only played, 2 games with the Wizards?
Yeah, but that I
It
don't
makes
hate his-
everything so.
I don't hate his assists, Lean.
Carrington?
Yeah. Averaging 9 potentials without Poole. I'm probably not dumping a unit on this, but I do lean.
It's a lean.
Yeah, it's a lean to the over. I like the assists better than PRs, but I don't hate the PRs either.
That's all I got for this game.
All you've got for this game? I think that's all I have as well. Yeah, waiting on LaMelo news. If LaMelo doesn't go, I think Bridges and Nick Smith Jr. might have some value. Moving on to Brooklyn, Detroit. I have a few leans.
Same.
And then obviously the Malik Beasley 3. What are you looking at in this game?
I'd like to get your thoughts on a Dennis Schroeder under 14.5 PRA. He picked up some extra minutes last game, so I think we're getting a little bit of an inflated line. He played 24. I have him at like 19, 20. Because last game they had some foul trouble problems against Denver. Cade got into foul trouble. I think Duren was in foul trouble. He played 24. That's his highest he's played yet with Detroit. And if I give him like 18 to 24 minutes, even like 18 to 22, 16 to 22, 18 to 22, like it just looks terrible to me. Plus, pick and roll ball handler defense here is like elite for Brooklyn.
I do like it. I don't know if there's any like quote unquote revenge narrative here. Is he going to chuck when he's in?
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I do agree with you. Like 22 would probably be my minute ceiling here. There's one thing actually I can do. So that would bring me to 7, 7, 7, 11, 13, 7, 4. I do lean under, especially with that juice. Yeah, that 15.5. Yeah. 13, 7, 4 would be my final number here. So let me go run that versus the model. I'm sorry, versus the market. Let me see where I come out at. Yeah, I do have a pretty solid lean to that under, honestly. 15.5, 130 at Fanatics, or 14
Yeah.
minus 03.
Even just his points to me feels like 8.5 points is a little bit high, but I don't know. Like, what if? I mean, they're gonna trap him.
My model actually likes his PAs better. PA under. I don't know why. Do they leak?
Yeah.
Not really.
I don't like the assist portion just because
7 and 2 of the last 3.
just because of how hard Brooklyn's gonna trap. Like they're just gonna trap the shit out of the ball handler, which is also why I like the Tobias assists play, because they're gonna trap the absolute fuck out of Cade, right? And
That's why I like Malik.
yeah, and then like Tobias is one of those guys that can catch it in like the mid post area, and then he's gonna be playing 4-on-3 ball. Right. When you look at the head to heads for Tobias, 5 assists on 5 potentials in 26 minutes, and then 6 assists on 8 potentials in 35 minutes against them already this year. So, like, dude, that's a great play. I just wish it wasn't so juiced.
I know. I was watching Straight Betting this morning.
Yeah.
And Ty was talking about this play, and I was like, man, don't release it yet because we're trying to get it to go the other way.
What was it at?
140, 145. That's about what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about his RAs?
I like his RAs too.
I just wish more books would open. If you're on a DFS app, I love the 6.5 there. Yeah, and you said he was over in each. Yeah.
I've got a pretty strong lean over Asar Thompson 7.5 RA as well.
That is awesome because that is a line I was looking at this morning as well.
I played that yesterday at 6.5. I mean, he's playing good minutes, right?
Oh yeah.
You give him 22 to 28, he's over that in 15 out of 20. He's in that same position too, where like they trap the shit out of Cade, and the ball gets kicked to Asar. And like he just gets to like make decisions in like the mid post area, like kick it out to Beasley for threes, or dump it off to Jalen Duren for a dunk. Like, honestly, I think I'm about to run this right now.
What do you like best? Points and assists?
Asar, I like his RA.
His RA is
7.5. Dude, why is it like? I swear, 365 is just trash at setting odds, dude. When I lose my 365 account, I'm gonna be so depressed.
No, you just got to find another one, buddy. It's the name of the game.
I'm just gonna go through so many. I wish he had played in that prior matchup.
I know.
But I have to run this.
I think I'm gonna run it too. 1 second here. Detroit.
Honestly, like 8.5 plus money is even pretty okay. It's not as good as the 7.5, but
I'm gonna run it. 10.43 at 22 minutes, which is nonsense.
I mean, he's playing 26, 27.
Yeah, let's lock this in. I'm locking this in now. 1.2 at 365. There's also some 1.25s in the market, but this is going to disappear shortly. So I'm going to get this one.
Same. That's just, you can't pass that. Gotta run that.
You gotta run that. All right, I love that play.
Like, I love fucking Tobias Zare. I love Asar Zare.
I know. I like Asar's a little better. I think it's just because the price is more digestible at 120.
Same. Plus, it's just way more available too on like a ton of books.
Yep, I agree 1,000%. I do like the Azar. Good looks, good read. Definitely running that. Lock that in at 120. 125 at ESPN and MGM are still good to go. I did run Malik Beasley's threes over in this game as well. I think this is probably still available for what I played it for. Yeah, there's a 365 at 115. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong. Hold on. We locked it in at 05. There's still a 110 at DK. 105 is still at MGM as well. So yeah, I locked this in over 3.5 minus 105. Big thing for me has been and will continue to be his volume. Not only that, if you look at the head-to-heads this season, over in both, 11 plus attempts in each. Minutes were kind of up. This is the period of the season where he was running like starter minutes.
I missed that.
But I still think, regardless, we're looking at 8 plus 3-point attempts in this game. That's even slated at around 23, 24, 25 minutes. Over in 77%, averaging 4.8. And I think I mentioned this in my write-up. Malik's one of those guys, if you pay attention to his rotation, he's not as affected by blowouts because his last 6 minutes don't come in the last 6 minutes of the game, right? They're really from like the 10-minute slot to the 6-minute slot of the fourth. So I feel like he's not exactly blowout proof, but a lot less likely.
I hate that they don't close with him anymore, dude.
Like, oh my gosh, don't even get me started.
Tim Hardaway Jr. should not be on the floor, dude.
Bum.
Get him off the
floor. Give Malik 30, give him 18. I'm fine with that. But 24 down the middle is stupid. 24 down the middle is stupid. I don't understand it.
Tim Hardaway is just actual trash. I mean, I guess he's a little bit better defensively, but like, come on, dude.
Malik Beasley plays 25 minutes per game, leads the NBA in threes made this season. You can't take that man off the floor.
Crazy. Drives me insane.
So actually, surprisingly, not a ladder spot for me. I do ladder this spot quite often. I do think there's still potential, but they do allow the fourth fewest above the break points while still allowing the fourth or fifth most spot up makes. So that's kind of a wild stat. So Andy hit 4 exactly in each of the last 2. So I'm going to keep this at over 3.5 minus 05. I made the projection 4.8. I think this line should be minus 200. So that's why it's my pick of the day. 1.5 units on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I might end up getting there.
We spoke about the trap. Can I pick your brain about a Cade's points under?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's that exact thing. It's just like they're just going to trap the shit out of the pick and roll ball handler.
19 and 13 in the 2 matchups. The one game he only had 23, so I'm not sure if this was injury related or what.
This line feels like appropriate though. Like he's been at like 27.5 and shit, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right. It is definitely
dumb. Kind of adjusted for that. Like without Jaden Ivey, and you give him 30 plus minutes, he's over in 13 out of 19. When I see stuff like that, I tend to just like stay away from it, right? Like I want to see everything align perfectly. I want to see he's under in like, 55, 56% of games, like for what I'm projecting him for. And then I want to see, oh yeah, his matchup's also shit. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree
then I'm feeling
completely. And my projections are right around this. Schematically, though, it feels like the right play.
I agree.
But yeah, no, my model projections are around 24.5. So it's not like there's a huge edge for me. It does feel like the right play. You know, if this were like you spoke on the 27.5 line we had been getting, I'm sure we'd have nuked the under, but 25.5, the market's probably somewhere near correct. I do lean under rebounds here as well. It's not a big lean, but I do lean under here as well. What about Jalen Durant?
Yeah, I mean, if we had a double-double, I'd probably play it, but I don't know. His minutes this season have just been not where I want to see them. So he's been someone that I just kind of just stayed away from.
I stay away from him
unless he's in like an amazing matchup.
I stay away from him for the most part because he's put me in so many injury situations. Like he'll have a really good first half, but he's only played 9-10 minutes with 2 fouls or 3 fouls, and it's like even if you win, like bets will be sweaty that weren't even like he plays great and then gets in foul trouble. So it's not a spot I want to attack, but I did see it was popular on the timeline today. Okay, this is another one that I had questions on. How do you feel about Cam Johnson today? I know the team's ass around him, but he should be chucking. What are your thoughts?
I don't hate it.
I lean over both his points and threes, more his points. I just think there's going to be a lot of field goal opportunities in this one. I think in the last two.
Dude, it's hard to it's so hard to bet on the Nets for me because some games they'll just like, I mean, I guess he's been seeing good minutes actually. I swear, so like they just like are so intent on trying to lose that they'll just not play players good minutes.
Yeah, I mean it's a race for Cooper Flag with a lot of these bottom teams.
I think it's all right. I would like this at like a 16.5 points, to be honest. 17.5, and then 18.5 feels pretty on point to me.
I lean over his 2.5 threes, but looking at like the last 10, I do feel like this price is too high. If this were something somewhere around 110, it might be something I look into with the volume he had in the prior two, but nothing official for me. I do believe, and this has been something that's paid dividends for me. I do believe he's at 5+ 3-point attempts tonight. So I do lean over the threes. Storch asked about Malik's points. Yeah, Storch, I like his points still. Someone asked me before when I put that little teaser tweet out, points that he played the points and asked how I felt. My points projections are around, ironically, 18. I think I'm at 17-8. So I lean over the points as well, but why would we stop betting the threes when man is just force fed our pockets this month, but really this season. All right. Anything else in this game? That kind of wraps it up for my leans. Let me triple check that. Cade, we spoke on. Tobias, we spoke on, and then we ended up running Thompson. Yeah. So that's everything for me in this one. What about you?
Same.
All righty. Let's move.
Betting the Nets is just
agreed.
They're just asking for.
So we were speaking pre-stream. So I want to preface this by telling people we were both under the assumption, not the probability, but at least the possibility that Ja Morant sits today. So when you approach this, I would just take that with a grain of salt. He's not on the injury report. Don't bank on it. Certainly don't bank on it. Just keep the possibility in mind.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this game? I have
like nothing in this game so far.
I have two leans. I want to speak through them, but I don't think I'm going to play either, especially not the Memphis one yet. First one is Harrison Barnes. He's played well, high tempo game. I think he gets up a lot of shots in this one. Under and 1 of 3 versus Memphis this year, but I spoke to you about this. The 3 games they've played, I believe, were 14, 19, and 27-point losses for the Spurs. And I think Ja missed 2 of those games. So keep that in mind. I think the spread's 9. The spread is 9, Memphis at home. I do think there's a chance some guys sit. but I'm still a little worried about the blowout here. So I'm probably not going to be on Harrison Barnes. Those that have been in my community know, like, we've cashed a good bit of these, but this isn't the game I'm attacking. It is a lean for me on his points over, but I can't get to the window. You have any thoughts on him?
His minutes just feel so unsafe to me, right?
Yep.
21, 22, 31, and then 18 last game.
Yep. Stack that on with the potential blowout.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was my other lean in this one? Oh, okay. So I kind of spoke on Jaw may sit. Again, I'm not banking on it. This has only moved 3 pennies since I was looking at it earlier. 3 pennies in my direction, though. I kind of like a Bane 20 plus in this one. Over in all 3 versus San Antonio, let's go look. I think Jaw missed 1 or 2 of those games. Missed 2 of those games, yes. And he was still over in the game with Jaw. Now, Jaw's minutes have been coming up. He is seeing like 30 plus now, although this is a back-to-back. So I'm not ready to bet this. But the Bane points is a very strong lean for me. Stronger than Harrison Barnes. But that's really let me triple check. I want to do my due diligence and double check the model, but that's really all I had. I'm not even seeing lines up for Jaws points. Are you? Oh yeah, here they are. My fault. 22.5, 23.5. I'm at 22.48, so there's nothing there. Vassal, I'm at 14.2, so maybe an under there, but with the pace in this game, I don't know that I like that. Minutes have been sporadic. Have you been watching the Spurs? What's up with these 20-minute games?
They just have so many guys.
Castle taking those minutes or something?
Castle, Keldon's been eating a bunch of minutes lately.
They've got nothing to play for either. Kind of a gross game. I'm good moving on if you are.
Well, could we look at Jaren Jackson's under 9.5 rebounds and assists real quick?
Absolutely. Let me go to my model. What would you slot his minutes at? I'll tell you where I'm at. 32.
34, 35. Yeah, it could be 32.
Yes. I mean, even at 35, yes, I think. What'd you say the number was?
It's 9.5. It's pretty high.
For his rebounds?
Rebounds and assists. 6.5 rebounds.
Okay.
I still lean under his rebounds too. Like, so pretty heavily, but
I'm at 6.05, so it'll depend on the juice. His assists, 2.2. Let me see if I have an edge.
Yeah, see, it's 8.5 plus money or 9.5, like pretty juiced. ESPN is like a minus 130, but
according to Unabated, I have a very large edge at 19.11%. Under in all 3 this year. Was this affected without Jaw? Not bad. Assists a little bit more without Jaw. Rebounds. Is my rebound edge enough? Bro, I might run this rebounds by itself at Hard Rock. Do you see that plus 05 because they're dumb as shit?
I did not see that, but even with 30 plus minutes, the dude's only over 12 out of 33. It's like he's just not that good of a rebounder. Now Wemby's not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you don't really have someone from the Grizzlies getting yanked out to the
yeah, you're right. I really like this under. The no Wemby scares me. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Y'all give me a second. I'm going to go to NBA.
I feel like this could go to 7.5. Like it is juiced. The rebounds are juiced over like super heavy.
I would love to get a 7.5.
Why? I don't understand why this is. Why this is juiced like that. I guess because GG Jackson's a game time decision. I don't.
Where is it tracking? I forget how to. No, it's definitely
I
not
don't know, this is
tracking.
confusing to me. I don't understand this line, but
I definitely lean under. I'm going to NBA. I'm just going to see what the Spurs allow over the last 5 in terms of rebounds allowed.
like even last year when he was playing like a fucking center, he still wasn't rebounding. Now he's playing next to Edie and Aldama.
I do want to let you know that the Spurs are allowing the most rebounds
Oh God, of course they are.
over the last 3 by a substantial margin.
I could leave it a lean.
I'm going to leave it a lean because of that. Yo, Prince of Parlays, appreciate that, bro. Let's keep it up. I know this isn't betting related, but I'm curious how your hair looks since you I got a full head of hair. No grays on my head yet. Full head of hair. I usually keep a nice tight fade, but shit's looking bad right now. I did have a hater one time. This was like a year ago because I always wear a hat. He was like, "Bro, you're fucking bald." So I was like, "Bro, fuck you." Bad hair day, not bald. All right, let's keep moving. Nothing from me and Jaren Jackson here. Lean over Desmond Bane's points. I do lean under Jaren Jackson's rebounds, but what I just saw just worried me. I'll show you. This is NBA or this is team rankings because I didn't feel like messing with NBA advanced stats, but yeah, absolutely getting crushed last 3 days on the boards.
Dude,
all right, let's move on. You go to the next game?
Yeah,
something else.
That's fine. I really wish that we could have got a good Edie rebounds line because I think he's gonna actually like just torch them on the glass just because they're so small, but we got an 8.5, so it doesn't really matter. I was hoping for a 7.5.
Looks like overnight there were some, but they were like minus 140 to the over. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's move on to the next one. Sacramento and Houston. Yeah, Sacramento and Houston. I have
interesting.
I have a couple leans in this one. Let me go make sure I haven't played anything in this one. No, I've got Malik, PG, LaMelo, and Maxey. I do have leans. First one I want to speak on is Alperen and Sengun. First of all, his rebounds are all red head to head.
Yeah.
I kind of like his PRAs under. I feel like it's kind of a tough matchup versus Sacramento. He's over those in 2 or 3 this year. Maybe I just go rebounds, honestly. I'll give you my projections too. Alperen Sengun, 21 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, almost all on the nose. So let's go look at that. 21 points. I don't like his points under, actually. See, the assist under isn't enough, man. I mean, I'm sorry, the rebounds. I'm at 10. Nah, I mean, I lean under, but it's not enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's always a tough matchup when you're going against Sabonis, right? But
the edge is close at DraftKings, I will say, but no, it's not enough for me. I do lean under here. Been crushing. I feel like this is why my model is a little high based on the matchup, but
probably.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave it as a lean. I do lean under Sengun's rebounds there. I know we both briefly spoke on this earlier. How do you feel about Zach LaVine today? What are your thoughts?
I like LaVine. Single coverage defense, like that's the type of stuff he should absolutely fry against, my opinion.
I agree. I lean over 21.5 seems to be painted across the market. I'm at 23.6.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have it around 23 as well.
So the last 9, he's been there over in 2, 4, 6 of 9. Orlando's a tough matchup. No real movement in the market yet on this line, but my initial read is very strong to the over. Green
His field
points.
goal attempts can be so freaking weird.
You said his field goal attempts?
Yeah, since he's a king, like they can just be weird. Like just because they have so many guys that can score, right?
I
Like
know.
he's 13, then he had 19, then he had 14, then he had 18, then he had 14 but 11 free throws. Then he had 24 attempts. Then he had 12 attempts. Then he had 19 attempts. Then he had 18 attempts. I don't know. I kind of like it a lot though. Like immediately last night, that was like one of the first things that I kind of gravitated towards was LaVine.
So I
Just
think
because I like the matchup so much for him.
I agree, and I think an issue, like I feel like I've left a couple dollars on the table in these games, these Kings games, because I get so caught up. I'll either be on like DeMar and Levine's over, or at least the model will signal it, and or like Sabonis is over as well. So I always get kind of like caught in the middle on who I want to attack here, and that's my issue again today.
Yeah,
Like
same.
DeMar is
Like
scoring more versus pick and roll ball handler defense. But I mean, it's not a bad, setup for Levine either. It's not like they're a great team in
yeah.
transition.
So
They're
the way
also,
I see it is like since LaVine's got here, DeMar's over in 4 out of 9, right?
yep,
So and his minutes have honestly like kind of come down. He's like playing 34 lately. Well, I guess one was like a 42-point blowout. Never mind. Yeah, I think they're both good. I wish that we like if DeMar was like 19 and a half, right? That's probably
yep.
like a better play. If Levine was like 20 and a half. I think I like Levine at 20 and a half though.
My edge is bigger on Levine. Like I said, I'm at 23. DeMar, it's still there, but it's not as much. We are getting, it looks like our first real move to the over here, too. DraftKings just went 22 and a half. They're not sharp, but at least signals someone's going up.
I don't know. That's one that I'm probably just going to monitor. I might end up playing Levine.
I like that. I'm putting that down on my sheet as well. I'm going to be monitoring it as well. Leaning over. Let's go look at his rebounds and assists. I haven't really dug into those yet this morning. Rebounds have looked pretty good since joining. 5 of 9. Potential's rebounds seem to be staying high as well. You just go to the model. I'm not going to try to.
Yeah, Storch wants to look at DeRozan's RAs as well whenever you get a chance.
Storch said DeRozan's RAs.
Which he's been smushing that line.
I'll leave you guys with a lean on Levine's rebounds over. But as you see, Houston defends our rebounds well. I'm going to leave it as a lean.
Choose to. They defend assists really well too. So it's like, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, let me just go to the model. Yeah, 13% edge on the FanDuel over, 10% edge on the ESPN over. I'm at 8.88. Wow.
I'll be honest, like I think this is interesting, but I hate the matchup here against Houston. Like I hate it.
I can't disagree.
He's like covered it twice against them though, with 10 and 9. But for me, like I try to avoid anything with assists against Houston. Like I like playing unders against Houston.
Storch, very strong lean for me. This is another one that may end up on my sheet. I'm not going to run it just yet, Storch, but I like your read here.
Yeah, without Fox, he's over in 10 out of 13 this year.
Yeah, I think my model, I've got enough on the model pretty clear market support. It's not definitive because FanDuel's kind of moving back down. But there's, it's not dropping to 7.5 even money, I don't think. You might get a 110 each way. I think that's the best you're going to get. Storch, I'm going to monitor that one as well, man. That one probably maybe ends up on the card before the end of the day, but I'm not running it just yet. I'm not sure it's actually at the bottom. I do really like that look, though, Storch. I do really like. Makes me think scratch his points, honestly. Or just go PRAs. Is there a 27.5 for a good number? Hard Rock. I don't even hate a DeMar PRA the more I dig into it. 27.5. Don't hate that either. I'm not running it yet. Just kind of a lean that I have for now. Minus 125 is the best price I see.
Damn.
You leaning that way?
No, I can't run that against Houston.
I feel you. Do you have thoughts on Jalen Green today?
Fred VanVleet's back.
Yep.
And Ime Udoka said no minutes limit. He'll just give us whatever he can. He said, like, obviously we're not going to run him like 37 minutes right out the gate, but no limit. So I don't know what to expect there, really. And I don't really know how their rotation fully shakes out with him back now, because I think Amen Thompson's locked into like 35 minutes, right? Like, you would have to assume that Amen is still playing massive role, right?
Yeah, there's no way you drop him down. I was actually looking at his RAs over, or was that Azor's? That might have been his brother, actually. Never mind.
Oh, we already played that. Can you pull some up for me?
Yeah.
Can you look at Domantas Sabonis' PRAs?
Sabonis, PRAs, yep. And then let me get you
dude, what?
It's
35.5 on FanDuel. He's over in 80% of games.
Yeah, you're right.
He's over in 2 out of 2 against Houston. I don't know, dude. That seems crazy to me. With LaVine, he's over in 6 out of 9. His averages have come down with LaVine. I'll say that, but some of these are like lower minute games.
That's what I was just about to say. They were
higher,
2 games together, sub 29. They do have that one overtime game together, but yeah, I mean, that Charlotte game, they won by 42. We only took 7 field goal attempts. I don't think that correlates to this game at all.
Dude, that's a crazy graph to look at. That's a crazy graph to look at.
And this is why I end up never playing LaVine, DeMar, or Sabonis, because like every game I'm on all 3 of their overs. And since they've played, I feel like some combination is cashed in like 6 of the 9 games,
Yeah, for sure.
Amen Thompson double-double. This is a sneaky lay piece I had like a week ago. But with VanVleet back with the matchup, when I had that read, it was just a sneaky read for the matchup. Now I feel like it's a tough read. I think we played plus 130, like the same juice versus a much easier matchup. So now with VanVleet back, glad you said this. I already played the 6.5. You're asking if I'd still play the 5.5. Yes, if you have plus money, anything. It's got to be plus money for me to still find value. But if you're at plus money, yes.
I don't hate that at all. I think he's still playing 30 minutes.
Bro, I got 6.5 even money last night at DraftKings. I have no clue what they were doing. I mean, no clue what they were doing. I guess giving out money. I don't know. We had a request on Sengun assists over. Do you have any kind of read there?
I know you like the under, so
Yeah,
I
what
have
was
no.
my
I
number?
got no
I think
read.
I only like the number because it was plus money. I think I'm right with. Yeah, I do like the under. Yeah, I do like the under.
I got nothing. This feels like a 50-50 bet to me,
Yep.
especially with the way like his role is right now. With, I mean, now you get Van Fleet back. I mean, I'd just looking at potentials. I'd probably lean over, but it's not strong enough for me to do anything with that.
I agree. Let me add Thompson to the banner here. My fault. I'll just put it on mine, but we're both on this one.
I think I have to play that fucking Sabonis line though.
Over the PRAs.
I mean, fuck, man.
It looked green as hell anytime over 30. Hold on, we've got underdog news.
His points have been so bad with Levine though.
Cam Thomas is officially out.
Yeah, I figured that. Trendon Watford.
Yep. All right, that's all we got. So we're chilling. A lot of love, a lot of engagement being shown on the post. I really haven't even plugged this, so I appreciate to the regulars. Real quick, my little commercial here. If you're watching this, if you enjoy this content, Joel and I together, giving you out all of our plays for absolutely free. Drop a like, drop a follow. Make sure you follow Joel. Drop a like and a retweet on the video. Shout outs to my guy 8Leg. Shout outs Prince of Parlays. Shout out Strong Burger. You look like I haven't seen you yet, so I appreciate the engagement. Michael, you've been in here. Mom Who Bets, you've been in here. Bodega, Jason, Turk. Some Slight, you look new, so I appreciate the engagement. Luke, Connor, Jeff, Night Fox, y'all been showing love. Very much appreciate y'all. And Ross, I appreciate all the love and engagement on this, man. Y'all help me grow the page, get more guests. Storch, I appreciate it. Let's keep it going. And Joel, obviously appreciate you coming on the show today. What are you thinking on Sabonis here? You running this?
I don't know. I don't like how down his points are, to be honest. So I'm not gonna run it.
Okay. Yeah, the last 2 or 3 look bad, but I do think it's a decent bounce back spot with a lot of minutes. But Houston defends the center well. What are they versus Rollman and post?
They're really not that good against it, to be honest. 17th.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, they're really not. Like, I'll be honest, they're not that good against like centers, to be 100%.
You know what's funny? As good as this defense is, what are they, like 8th in defensive rating? 4th in defensive rating. They don't match up well versus Sacramento at all. They really don't. I mean, I feel like Levine's in a good spot. DeMar's in a good spot. Sabonis is in a good spot. It's kind of a weird game.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, you said you're staying off the PRA.
Freaking hat, dude. What do you yeah, just because of his scoring being so down. Right? Like if I'd seen like him scoring 20 points more than just 3 times since Levine got there, I'd probably play it.
I will say my assist edge is very strong to the over. That's my best edge.
Really?
4 and 7. What were his potential? 6
against
and
a
12.
freaking.
I know. Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I'll be honest with you.
What's my number?
With Levine, he's under in 6 out of 9. It's like his usage has just dropped off with Levine. He had a really good thing going with him and Fox. Like a little, like they just had great chemistry, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm at 5.5. I mean, it makes sense. I'm at 5.5 and there's an edge because there's plus monies out there. It makes sense, but nah, nothing actionable for me. I'm good. I'm chilling.
Can we talk about another one? It's kind of moving, so I kind of just want to talk about it now. But
yep,
Tari Eason over 16.5 PRA. I think even with Van Fleet back, he's like still at like 26 minutes, right? 24 to 26 minutes. I don't think he loses much.
This worries me just with Houston getting healthier, right? Because Jabari was out for a while, then Fred was out for a while.
Yeah, now Amin is like locked
taking
in 35 minutes.
I'm torn on this one. I can understand it with the recency, but you would have to have a better read on his minutes than I have. So what are your thoughts there? Like
I
28?
think he's 26. I think he's like
26?
locked 24 to 26, 24 to 28.
Let me see where I come in at right at
I don't see
26.
why you don't give him that.
All right, so if I go, so then I end up at 1776. Shout out America. Let me just see, because I do lean over, but let me see if it's enough. And you're right, it does look like the market's going that way. I do lean over with the model. I don't have enough of an edge at that max projection. Well, let's do a science experiment. Where do I need to be for my model to like it? Let me plug them in at 28 and see if that gets me there. It probably does. At 28, we get to 19.12. See, that's a big difference, and that's gonna keep it as a lean for me, Joel. I'm not confident on the minutes there.
Okay, gotcha.
If you think he's getting 28, I would run it. I'm not as confident. If I thought he was going 28, I'd probably give it a go.
Yeah, let's just see how it plays out. I gotta have something in this game though. Like I feel like there's a bunch of different angles.
There certainly
right? Like
is.
I know you said Jalen Green RA's over, but I'd honestly go Jalen Green RA's under.
Let me go see where the model's at. All right, I'm at 4.95 boards, which let me tell you, like I've been fading this man's RAs all year, so I don't really know. Let me go look at his recents. Like I don't know how this spawned in here. I think the assists may be, slightly because he just had this 10 assist game. It might be because they're 9th in assists allowed. I still don't agree with it. I mean, I really don't.
Well, all of these games are without Van Fleet. You throw Van Fleet in the mix and he drops off a cliff.
With
these sort of things. So
no way I'm actually playing Jalen. What about his points? Do you have an opinion there or no? 28 in both.
I can see his minutes falling off. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to get a read on Green. I'm going to leave with nothing on Jalen Green here. I think Storch asked about Fred VanVleet, something under PRAs. First game back. But as you said,
it's not something I'm running, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he said no minutes limit, so I'm going to take his word for it. I think, 32 minutes is fair. I mean, minus 180, you ain't paying that.
Exactly. And then this becomes hard too, because with Fred VanVleet back, like, will that lead to an extra spot up opportunity or two? Possibly. Is it going to mean one or two fewer pull up opportunities? Probably. What were his attempts like in those two games? Because I'm sure Fred played in those, right? 8 in each of them. That's a good sign. But again, we're having to lay the 3.5 plus money, because as you said, I'm not going to lay that nonsense. Give me 5 of these. I do think 6 is even a decent floor. You know what, Jordan? I don't hate it. I would lean over, but I'm chilling. He did have 8 plus attempts in each of the last 2 games. I'll tell you with no questions asked, 2.5, 135 is probably where I'd need to be, and I would smack this. It's close, but no cigar. I don't hate the 3.5 plus monies. I'm at a 4.4 projection. Actually, look at this. Keep in mind, Fred VanVleet is back, though. My edge is ridiculous. But I don't know if Fred VanVleet is baked into that line. So I'm going to leave it as a lean. You know what? I might even take him and Beasley 5 plus on like a little sprinkle on some like ladder shit of 0.1. See, I don't hate the greens threes, but I'm not laying the 180. I'd just go over 3.5 plus money. Let me go through here. So Jalen Green, we spoke on. Nothing for me. I do like his threes over though. Harrison Barnes not in this game. Levine points over. Man, we spoke about. It's just hard for me to pick any one of these guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna after the show, I'm gonna decide between Sabonis and Levine. I think.
I am. I like both of those reads a lot. I leaned Sengun PRAs under, but the more I digged into it, the less it became a play for me. And that's really all the leans I have. Is there anything else in this game you wanted to go over?
Nope.
Again, I'm worried about him losing minutes with everybody coming back. I do think that rebounds is probably even the double might not be a bad look.
That's 8.5 now.
It is 8.5.
That was 9.5 last night.
A little more tempting, isn't it?
It's way more tempting. Damn.
I agree. I lean over there as well. Because as we've spoke on, bro, I think his minutes are locked.
Same. I think he's 35 at least, maybe 40. Like he's maybe their best player. I'll be honest.
He's definitely their highest energy player. Let me slot him at 35. Let me slot him at 35. Let me see if that edge is enough. 9.19. I don't have. It's a 6% edge, so like I'm a very cautious better. It's enough to overcome the VIG, but half unit on Jalen's threes. I don't hate a half a unit on Jalen's threes. I really don't hate a half a unit on Amon Thompson's points or rebounds either. That would probably be my strongest lean coming out of this game right now.
I think mine might be Levine. I think I'm probably gonna end up playing Levine.
So we got a bunch of good leans for y'all on that. Joel likes Levine's points, right? Or was it RAs?
Points.
Yeah, we talked about DeMar's RAs. Joel likes Levine's points and Sabonis's PRAs. Those were his two leans. I like Amon Thompson's boards. I like Levine's points as well. Yeah. Those are my two biggest leans. Also lean under Sengun's PRAs, but I talked myself off of that. All right. I think we are officially good on this game, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. Can I ask you about Malik Monk's assists? No, never mind. It's Houston. We move.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
This is one I've got some regrets over. Last night, you saw I released a few overnight. Lopez was one of the few that was like strong on my list of leans, and I didn't think I'd lose it overnight. This line went from over 12.5, 110 to 13.5, 130, if not 14.5. The threes numbers were actually worse last night. But as you see, Dallas isn't leaking a lot overall. But then if you look at centers, kind of more average, which I take that with a grain of salt. But when it's a good sign if bigs, especially 4s and 5s, are leaking threes. Head-to-head didn't play this year, I don't think. Yeah, they did not play this year.
I think this is a tough matchup for Lopez. I'll be honest. I don't actually love it for him.
Okay.
I think the last few, like if you go through his last couple matchups that he's had, Denver, Jokic, just one of those guys who will just sit in the paint. Sengun, he plays in a drop. Khalil Ware plays in a drop. And then like you have the Wizards, and then you have Zubac who plays in a drop. I think he's been super benefited by that. And I'll be honest, like PJ Washington's a guy who could play the 5, and he's just a guy who will just like be sticky out there on Lopez. And I just think the guys that the Mavericks have aren't really guys that are just going to sit down in the paint and like let Lopez get off these, catch and shoot threes and like pick and pop stuff. So for me, it's a stay away on Lopez.
Might be a spot where I'm happy I missed the best of it. 15th versus spot up, but 10 versus pick and roll man. They're a third from above the break. Let me see that above the break scoring. Props.cash, I love you. Thank you for the opportunity with this show. Please add this chart to the desktop. The shooting chart. Please, come on now. Do me a favor.
I just talked to them about adding sticky filters because having to change like the minutes filter every time you switch screens is like super frustrating to me.
They are pretty good about stuff. I messaged them like months ago about about how when a player's traded, like don't like leave them in there because that's how it used to be. And they added that back. So shout outs props.cash. I mean, they be listening, but yeah, let's get that. Oh wow. First over. Oh yeah. Yeah. I actually really agree with you. It's not a good Lopez spot at all.
No, because he's not really a guy that you're just gonna like post up and use your size against like smaller players. He's more of a guy like he's gonna pick and pop to the outside and shoot threes and so I don't really like the spot for him.
I agree. Kind of happy I didn't get the 12.5 last night. Now we do have some stuff to talk about. PJ game time decision. Dame and Giannis are both game time decisions. Keep that in mind as you're attacking this game. Did you have any leans? Or
last night I liked PJ at 14.5. Now he's 15.5. His PRA at 26.5 is interesting to me. Right, just because when you take Luke off and you throw Kyrie on and 30 plus minutes, I mean, it's good stuff, right? And this is a matchup that I think it's going to depend a lot if PJ is going to play the 5, right? They had what's his name?
Moses Brown.
Yeah, they had Moses Brown play in the 5 last game. So if PJ plays the 5, dude, I think he will just absolutely fry Lopez. Lopez is so slow. He's not getting out to contest PJ at the 3-point line, and he's like playing in a deep drop where like I think PJ can just cook him if PJ is going to play some 5 minutes.
I definitely can see him playing 5 minutes. Who plays the backup 5 for Milwaukee?
Oh, it's
Why can I not think of this?
No, because he just started playing. They I think they even just like signed him. Hold on.
This is
it's Jericho Sims. It's gross.
Okay,
that's why you can't think of it because it's gross.
Yeah,
and I think Giannis will play some 5 minutes too, but.
Yep, that makes sense, which is going to be a lot easier for PJ to stick it to 5. What do you think about have they played this season? No. I actually really like PJ today. I think this is a good opportunity, especially at the 5.
I probably should have jumped on his 14.5 points last night.
You probably should have. Let me go see.
He shot 0 for 9 against the Lakers and scored 0 points. I can easily see him just nuking here.
I have a very actionable edge on his 3s over. I know you like his points. This is something I like to do. How many times when he's scored 15 points has he hit that many 3s?
Yeah, I like doing that too.
71%. That's at 14 points. And we're laying at plus money. What's the market done? I won't lie. The market has absolutely gone against me. I will play my prop model against the market. Not so confident playing my main lines against the market, but props. And it's still early. Like there's a bunch of dumb money still to come in. You lean over his points. I do lean over PJ Washington's 3s. And when this happens, I generally like to look at point guards' assists. Do you have an opinion here? Wow, he's under
Kyrie. I lean under.
That one is inflated as shit.
It's really not something I want to even attack though, because
juice is crazy.
The potentials really aren't very good. Yeah, the juice is crazy.
So this is honestly what I think the traders did. I think a lot of traders had my same thought, and they just bumped the 4.5 that it should be to 5.5. I think that's way too much. So I'm chilling here. Now, if this were 5.5, 125, I think I play it right now without any questions asked. But at current price, wait, hold on. Pause. Is 365 at 125, buddy?
On Kyrie's under.
Yeah, while the rest of the market's at like 150, 160,
Yeah,
like
yeah, they are.
I'm not going to play it because, I mean, I originally came in here. My first thought was play the over. Now, I wasn't expecting a 5.5 line. But if you were to play the 4.5, 110, should you play the 5.5 under at 125? I'll probably half unit run the under. He likes the under 5.5 assists. I do too. I mean, without Luka, under in 16 of the last 20.
He's really not that guy. He's just not an assist guy, to be honest. He's going to play a shit ton of minutes, though. Some of these are like he had 12 potentials and only 4 converted. But like 7, 7, 9 potentials, 9 potentials, 11.
Man, even in 35 plus minutes, though, the last 20 without Luka look awful.
Yeah, it does. He's just not really a passer like that, to be honest.
My model's at 4.39. I'm running it, dude. Fuck it.
I like it.
Let's run it. Let's run it.
Plus the market's like
definite market support.
Considerably.
Hard Rock is at 135. So that's the next best place. Yes, sir. We ran it. I actually ran it for a full unit, bro. Someone requested Kuzma's under rebounds in this game. Do you have any?
I like it. I looked at it last night. I think that's just high as fuck, honestly. He doesn't board like that.
Let me go look at my model. Yeah, I'm at 649 whole point. Yeah, I do lean under the 7.5, 125. Market support as well. This does seem to be trending down. Does the Giannis questionable worry you any?
Yeah. Plus, Brook Lopez just doesn't rebound as a center, so like that's another reason. Like I want to see where he's at more with.
I agree
with Milwaukee compared because the dude just will fucking box out and just let everyone else grab rebounds. But I mean, he's still under in 4 out of 6 with Milwaukee.
He's had no, 50% rebound chances. That's a pretty good rate, like 50, right? He's under 14 in every game as a Buck, so that's worth noting as well. Potential rebounds. I would wait until you know if Giannis is playing. I do think it's a good read, though. I do think you have a good read here. I'm just going to wait until I know more about Giannis. And I got to add Kyrie to my shit here.
Giannis and Dame should go. They've got some time off after today, so
in my opinion,
they'll play.
I agree. I 100% agree. All right. We've got that in. I've got that bet. We're good to go. Yeah, so Kuzma's rebounds under is a strong lean for me. Nothing. You have any opinions on Dame in this matchup?
No, I think his lines are set pretty fairly.
Let me see here. Yeah, points I agree with. Assists. Yeah, with that juice. I do kind of lean over 6.5 with Giannis, but Not paying that price, not near that price. So yeah, I do lean over this a little bit. What were the minutes like in those two? They were high, but one of those games, Houston, they don't allow any. Next one's Denver. Okay. I lean over here, not at this price though. Don't hate a Dame's assist. Anything for Giannis? I know he's kind of stuck right around 32 minutes. I haven't heard if that's changed. Have you?
Yeah, no, I have no idea. And like that's huge for me.
Exactly.
Like those extra 4 minutes that he could get is massive in my opinion. 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Nope, I 100% agree with you there. Nothing for me on Giannis. Unsure about his minutes, so I don't like that. PJ Washington, we spent some time on. You like his points. I like his threes. Do you have anything on Clay?
Nope.
Let me see. What are they versus spot up? 17th.
They've been worse lately, though. Check real fast.
That'd be dope. What have his attempts been like? I think they've been 8+.
Yeah, last 10, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth worst in terms of catch and shoot allowed.
I don't hate a Clay's points over. Let's go without Luka.
I'm just way stronger on PJ than I am on Clay.
Yeah, and the number's pretty similar, so I agree. Like
Max Christie, though, I could maybe get behind.
Yeah, let's go look at Christie. Between the two of them, I would lean over for PJ as well. Duds the last couple.
Yeah.
Started off strong in Dallas. Duds the last couple. What were your thoughts? Points?
Yeah, points. I don't know. Some of his covers have been super efficient, like a 6 of 7 field goal game. Like, I don't like seeing that at all.
Yep.
5 of 8 to cover with 15. Yep. He went 4 for 4 from 3. He's just shooting too good. I'd pass on that actually.
Yep.
That immediately just puts me right off.
Kyrie?
I'm not playing a 28.5.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not intrigued by his boards either. Anything
PJ
else
for me is just like the biggest.
Is there a 15+ for 125? I wonder.
I had 15 plus last night at like even money, so now it's just kind of like, do I even want to play it after I just sat it out last night at the best number?
I know. I feel that way. Because
like, what if Giannis is guarding him though? Like, I feel like that if Moses Brown starts and that he's like guarded by Giannis, like that's brutal matchup.
I agree.
Right? Like,
yeah,
now
for
you're
sure.
in brutal matchup territory. Yep. You go from great matchup if you get Lopez to brutal matchup territory if you're getting Giannis. So that's why I'm sitting it out. Maybe if we get a lineup, and I probably will still sit it out because I just don't know. I just don't know the minutes it's going to play.
Yeah, I think him running the 5, like starting at 5 would be the only thing that would switch me over here. And that would be a surprise. All right. Shit, we good to go to the next one?
Yep.
Last but not least, Philly and Golden State. You want to go ahead and lead us off with your first play?
Yeah, Paul George, we got it at 25.5 PRA. It's all the way up to like, I mean, they're still 26.5 at 365 somehow. That's fucking weird, but 25.5. Yeah, just without Embiid, without McCain, playing 30 plus minutes. This should have been 2.5 unit play, but over an 8 out of 11, averaging 32.5. And then like he just gets like probably the best matchup on the floor. Golden State's super tough on ball handlers, and then like pretty bad against spot ups, and then isolation where he'll just cook, I think.
Yeah, we have a very similar read here. I just went points instead of PRAs, just like you said. I got 3 points of closing line value. Massive edge, same read. No McCain, no Embiid, no Lowry. Field goal attempts are up, average 17 a game, over in every game with 15 plus, which outside of something crazy, I do not see the realm of possibility. PG, not 12, 13, 14, 20 field goal attempts tonight versus Golden State. So
I'll
similar.
be 100% honest with you. Like, this is still playable at the current number.
I agree.
I think it's still playable.
Especially that 365, 26 and a half, 130, 100% still playable in my opinion. If y'all missed that last night, I'd go get it now. Yeah, no, I love that play. Outside of that, was there anything else in this game you were looking at?
Yeah, Oubre rebounds is super interesting for me. 6.5. Without Embiid, over in 12 out of 19. Last game he only had 5, but like I looked way deeper into his stats, and when Yabusele's playing, his boards just spike. So Yabu's back here, and so when Yabusele's playing, his boards spike, and then when he's on the floor with Drummond, his boards go way the fuck down. So last game Yabusele was out. I think he averages. Let me just try to pull it up. When like this could be like honestly like a sneaky ladder spot in my opinion. So take Embiid off, take McCain off, and then put on. I'll just put on like Maxey will play like basically the whole game, right? And so will Paul George. So with those two on, and then I'll just throw Yabusele on. He averages 8.37 rebounds per 36 minutes. So like significantly up there. When you throw on Drummond, which like I should have played his under last game because Drummond was starting, Oubre drops to 4.53. So like there's a huge difference in how his rebounds perform when Yabusele's in versus when Yabusele's out.
I do lean over here. Do a little bit of research here. I would say you have clear market support while some people are lagging behind. Even money at DK. 115 at a couple spots. I agree with you.
Throw in Paul George and throw in Maxey on this chart.
Throw in Paul George and Maxey. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't.
And throw in Yabusele too.
I was going to say, and I don't see sub 30 minutes in this game either.
Don't. Like, look at that, dude. Like, that's.
I don't hate
time rebounding numbers.
I don't hate what you said about a sneaky dub in this one versus Golden State either.
Yeah, like this is like.
Or you said ladder spot. My
spot lotto territory.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're laddering, you might as well. If you're going to 10 plus, you don't expect Kelly to score under 10, right? You might as well just go double.
Yeah, I am I running this as a straight bet right now? Is there any injury news that we're worried about? I mean, Jimmy being out would probably just make me feel better. How do I not run this?
I think the only concern for me is how many minutes is Yabu going to play, right?
Yeah, because you said when they're on the floor together.
Yeah. Because the last game without Embiid, they lost by 32 to Chicago. He played 13 minutes, right? Then the game before, he only plays 21 minutes. And the game before he played 30, 36, 36, 20. Like if he's in that 28, 36, 36 minute range, like I love this play so much. Like I would 100% ladder it up. Right. But then I look at those last two games and I'm just a little bit worried. Like, why did he only play 13 minutes? That might have been the game he got hurt, though, the 13-minute game. But the 21 minutes game before that is just like a little bit concerning to me.
I will leave Kelly as a lean for
Dude,
me.
I want to play it so bad, though.
It's a lean for me, but I do this where I'll have like a lotto from my stream, my leans on stream. Always keep it to 3 legs because after 3 legs, books will add in big. But if I don't run this by itself, I think I would run a Levine 20 plus and this over. Probably be somewhere around plus 215 and call it a day.
You might as well just throw that dub into a lotto, dude.
See, and I'm thinking that too, bro. Like I really do think you're right. I really do think you're right.
Like the numbers like fully support.
And you're getting, I think I saw as good as plus 450. Let me check the market. There might even be better. And let me just add all of those filters you were speaking of and see how many it is. Even if it's 3 or 4, like I'll feel good.
Oh, it's a lot.
I mean, this is nonsense. You're laying a plus 550 at DraftKings. Let me see if I see anything better. I think I might actually just run this as a 0.2 by itself right now. Yeah, 550 is the best I'm seeing. Let me just check.
He's been playing crazy minutes too, dude. Like 40.
And I can see them keeping this game competitive. They're 8-point dogs, but I don't think they're getting blown out. Knock on wood. I'm checking for a double price real quick. I like this as a sprinkle. Yeah, 500, 550 at DK is your best price. Man, in this same lineup, now granted, it's been a while, but over and 4 the last 5, dude.
Yeah, like if Yabu plays, like it's, and he is playing, like he's off the injury report. If he plays big minutes, like, and Drummond's like sitting, Kelly is going to be hitting the glass. I promise you that. And then you look at even like, dude, even if you expect Yabu to play like good minutes, even his rebounds at 5.5 is stupid, dude. It's stupid low.
Let me check that out.
It's like it's terrible actually. Like I'll be honest, 5.5 rebounds for Yabusele like just looks dumb. If he's gonna play 28 plus minutes.
Let's put a real floor on there of 20. Let's go see what the market has done.
Well, just take Embiid off though.
True.
But what did you cap him at? 20 to 30?
This is at 30.
Yeah, see, like you'd have to assume he's playing 28 to 36, which is like, other than that one single game where he played well without Embiid, other than that one single game against the Nets where he played 21 for, I don't really know why. Like I'd have to look into the reasoning why. Like he got hurt against Chicago. Before that, he played 30, 36, 36, 28, 27, 29, 36. So like
Yeah, I lean over there as well. 5.66 though was my projection. Let me see where my minutes were. That's at 26 minutes. Yeah, anything over 26, and I think this is an auto bet.
But that also, like, that plays right into the Kelly play too, right?
Yep. Yeah, if you slot him for, like you said, if you slot him for 30, that number is horrendously low for Yabu.
That's what I'm saying.
I come in at 7.36, which he's averaging 7 and 25 to 33.
I'm gonna look real fast at just what the rotation was against that.
Yeah, please do.
In that Nets game on 212, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like, what is the reason for that? Yeah, like, this is so weird, bro. He played these tiny stints. 12 to 6. Who played over him? Dembona and Drummond both.
Foul trouble?
That's just a weird one. I don't know if he was in foul trouble. Let me look.
Looks like he only had 3. I mean, maybe he racked them up quick, but
yeah. Oh, I see at 0.
Oh, which game were you looking at?
Brooklyn.
The Brooklyn
212.
I got you.
So I don't know. Maybe he just played really shitty. It's so interesting. This one's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. I didn't see what the market did. I do lean over. The market's kind of danced on this one, so I would say there's no real leans yet. I guess coming down slightly. I don't think we see it get better than kind of current prices, though. I do like Kelly better, in my opinion. I just feel like the minute ceiling is so much higher.
Kelly's like so dependent on Gershon playing good minutes, though, I think.
True.
Wait, let me just look what Kelly is with Bona on the floor, because at the very least, Bona's going to play good minutes. Yeah, Kelly's at 7.24 per 36, so I think I have to run Kelly just simply because, like, I will kill myself if I have this read and I'm like with like Gershon and everything, and then I don't run it and he cashes it. Like, I'll just be so mad.
No,
It's like I get super upset like whenever I make a read. Like last night I almost didn't run Terrence Shannon over 20.5 PRA.
Did you ladder him?
No.
I seen some people did. I didn't know how successful that ladder was. Did he go off?
He had like 27, I think.
Okay. I saw DraftKings that hung like a 30 plus points for him at one point at like plus 15,000. So I didn't know if that cashed.
I really hate having 2 overs in this on this 76er side. You know,
I do. Yeah, but I mean the Paul George line, like you got so much CLV, like
it's true. I'm just gonna run Kelly.
Running Kelly, I'm adding it to the banner. I'll put this in the show recap. And then, hey, my fault. One of my regulars commented, and we were in discussion. I meant to say, hey, damn, who was it? I know he's a regular in here. Jordan, yeah, bro. This is always available for replay. So you'll be able to go back and watch it on YouTube and Twitter. So you can go to YouTube and put it in the background if you want to still scroll Twitter and shit. So also just use this, like and subscribe to the YouTube. I know most of my shit's on Twitter, but let's build that bitch up. I think I got almost 100 subs, so I appreciate it. The subscription's free, so go like and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. You running Kelly? I got it on. Oh wait, I did not add it. I didn't post it. My fault.
I have to. I just have such a strong read on that with Gershon. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm at minimum on the double today. I like the read a lot. It'll probably both legs. Honestly, most likely end up in a lace because I really think I'm running Levine and Oubre together.
I'm probably just gonna 0.75 and then
0.2.
0.25 to double.
I love that. That's right up my alley. I love that. Let me go ahead and throw that on the banner. That's fucking dope. That'll be dope for the recap too. Plus 550 was the best I was seeing. That was DK.
Dude, I need to get my DK account up and running.
They limit
Problem
you.
is, I'm limited there, but the problem is like I have to like have my friend load up the account. So it's like I got an account off Buddy, but
Yeah, I know that's a pain in the ass, especially if something's moving. Because, like, obviously I've got multiple situations similar, and it's like sometimes I feel bad because people I work with got regular jobs, but if something's moving, I'll blow them up. This is my job, so.
all right, I'm good.
Good deal. Well, this is the last game. What are any other thoughts in this game, Jimmy?
I got a few different ones.
All right. So what else are we thinking about?
On the Warriors side, dude, I like Curry's under. I'll be honest.
I think there were 28.5s. Yes, there are still 28.5s in the market. Let me go see the play type.
I love fading off a 56-point game. I think that just screws up every single projection like model, even like the books. You get a 56-point outlier right before, and I just think it like throws off the accurate projections, to be honest.
There's no doubt that outlier does affect it. My handicap would be, what do you think his field goal attempt range is?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the biggest thing that would hold me off of Curry is I think there is a very real possibility Curry chucks.
Dude, last game they played against the 76ers, though, they had a really, really good defensive scheme on him. He went 11 for 15 from the field and 8 for 8 from 3 to cover. That's the only reason that he covered. 8 for 8 from 3.
I think I remember that game. I can check.
I was on his over, and I cashed because he went 8 for 8 from 3.
Didn't he go crazy in the second half? No, he only had 11. Oh, no, that was the first half. Yeah, he had 19 in the second half, and I think a big fourth. Only 6 in the fourth. It was a big third. I can kind of remember this game. I don't think I had anything on it. I just remember the 8 from 8 for 3. So, yeah, that is kind of crazy. But you said you're leaning the under today just because it's an inflated line, you think, off the 56-point game?
Yeah. Right? Like, doesn't that make sense to you, though?
Like, yeah,
when you're modeling, like,
yes. No,
that's just what happens.
Yep, 100%. Like, Levine had that 140-point game, and everything was over for him for a couple days for me. Like, yes, I do 1,000,000,000% agree. And it does. I mean, the market is coming down to 27.5. So I think you're right. I would say I generally agree with you. I just don't know if Curry if this is the game. And the reason I'm not is because, let me go look. This is what I think we see tonight. 38 shots is kind of crazy, but doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at 28.5.
What do you have his upper limit at?
I think he's like 17 to 28 field goal attempts.
20. You think he takes 28? Get that down. Get that. There is no way he's taking 28.
He's taken
with Jimmy
twice in the last 10.
With Jimmy?
Jimmy is questionable.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're right. With Jimmy, you're right. I could probably cut you down to like 23. I just think he's going to chuck, though. I really do. Let's take this down to 24.
He had 25. Dude, I think a more reasonable would be a cap of 25 field goal attempts. I'll be 100% honest.
25. And I know that still sounds like a boatload, but I mean, over the last 10, I think he's averaging over 20. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good capped at that. It really does. I mean, we should give a floor, though. I mean, what do you make the floor? The floor's got to be like, what, 15, 16, 17?
I'd say like 15. I'd say.
Well, he only had 11 in the last game, right? How many free throws? He had 15 exactly. He had made 11. Okay. I would like to see that. Did he have any free throw attempts? 0. Okay. Only 29 minutes. Did they blow him out? Oh, yeah, they won by 34. I don't know. I'm not fading him, but I'm not playing the over either.
I'll think about it. I might be fading him. 27.5, super fucking high.
I think there's plenty of 28s actually out there. So, I mean, there's a couple 28s left out there.
Yeah, minus
Hard Rock, MGU.
I don't even mind gobbling up that minus 115 at the
ESPN. Yeah,
27.5 or minus 110. It's going to depend on if Jimmy's playing, though. Truly.
Yeah. Without Jimmy, probably more field goal attempts.
I like Pod's assists. I bet this. I'm so mad because I bet this against Charlotte at. It was like minus 1 whatever. And then the next game against Orlando was like plus 125. Like he goes off for 7. He had 2 against Charlotte. But if you give him 30 plus minutes, bro crushes this.
What do you slot his minutes at today?
He's on a 30 plus minute rotation. He's on about a 32 minute rotation.
I have him at exactly 30, and that is still close to enough. Let me give him 32. 4.38 on a 125. Is that enough? I'm at 438. Oh, that 125. Oh, yeah, Rivers is still there. You know what? I like this as well, but if you really want it, I feel like you have to play it now because I feel like it's going to keep climbing. And yeah. So I do lean over there. Bro, it's another one of you random fucks every day. Get out of here. Nobody's buying your shit. Every day it's some random person. Like, buy me bots. I don't need bots. Get out of here. No, I like the pods. Over 4.5, 125. I do. I'm sorry, 3.5.
So with Jimmy, here's my read on it real quick. With Jimmy, here are his total passes made: 56, 53, 49, 54, 53, 47, 43, and 42. Right? So the lowest amount of passes he's made has been 42 with Jimmy Butler so far. If I just I'll just do a filter of like 42 to, 55 passes made, he's over in 12 out of 17. So it's just hard for me to believe he's not going to get 4 assists. Like, I think he's going to average well over 4 assists with these guys.
Do you think it would be negatively affected without Jimmy, or he'd still be straight?
That was with Jimmy. Oh, without Jimmy?
Yeah, he's over in both.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter without Jimmy. I think it's even better. I think maybe Jimmy takes a little bit of like the ball out of his hands because Jimmy's putting the ball in his hands, and I think with Jimmy out, the ball will be even in his hands more.
Yeah, I like the 1.5 at DK. Or I'm sorry, the 125. I'm sorry, that's Rivers, not DK. That's Rivers. I mean, just absolute clear market support from just about anybody with any kind of brain.
Do I want to have 3 overs in this game, though?
That's literally, I'm just thinking, Do I want another play in this game?
Don't, especially the 76ers, dude. They're just bound to get shellacked here.
Agreed. Yeah, that's the other thing that worries me. It's an 8-point spread that I think feels light.
I do really, really like pods though. Like, I'm so mad because I was so like everyone's on his RA now, and I was so ahead of the curve on this shit. Now the whole public's all over his RAs and his assists and shit, dude. And I'm just like, I'm the one who didn't get to cash it. That's what that's what pisses me off because I was the one that fucking was on it first.
Yep.
And I'm the one that fucking gets to lose on it, and everyone else now gets to start cashing on it. No, fuck that, dude.
That's how I didn't bet Malik Beasley one day like last week because it was a bad matchup. I forget the team. Look at the one game he didn't cash in the last 10. And
dude,
yeah, he's crazy.
It's fucking annoying.
I just will bet him every time until like he's got to miss 2 or 3 in a row for me to stop because first of all, I made 34 units I think in February with ladders and shit, bro. He's probably worth at least 7 to 10 of those units in February. I mean, look at his chart. It's all green.
He might be worth all those units, to be honest. You got to buy his jersey, bro.
I really am. I am going to buy his jersey. I actually tried messaging him last night. I followed him and you couldn't get to the message. I was going to message him and be like, bro, if I buy a jersey, can I email it you to get it or mail it to you to get it signed? Like,
dude, I went to the Cavs Pistons game and he was like, I was like right behind his bench and I was just like hoping he'd just come over and be like, I could be like, Malik, let me get that jersey, bro.
Facts.
Imagine if you got a game worn.
Jeez. It would go right here. I'd take this thing down and put the Malik jersey right there. All right, so we talked about pods. You liked his RAs. I do like his A's assists. I'm like you. I don't want another over. I looked at this. Doesn't matter because we're not going to see the sub 20 pods anymore. So in blowouts, when he's still getting the minutes, he's still getting there. I
wanted to wait. Everyone was jumping on this last night, and I wanted to wait to see if Kuminga was going to get ruled out because I think that could definitely affect his minutes.
Okay.
But Kuminga is out, so I think it's a good play now, to be honest.
It's a strong lean over for me. It might end up on a small lay piece. Actually, let me write it down so I don't forget it. Yeah. But all right, let's keep going. You said, did you have any other leans or reads in this game?
No, if Jimmy plays, I'd probably lean his over, and then Draymond's assists, I'd lean over as well. But
oh yeah, Philly. I mean, do you think Jimmy's any extra motivated, or are we past that?
We're past that.
Yeah. I have no opinions on Jimmy. Really sporadic since he's been in. The Warriors have looked good, however. I will give the Warriors that. He's been a great addition. And you said maybe Draymond's assist. Is that dependent on Jimmy playing? Or do you lean that way either way?
I think I lean that way either way.
I don't know where my model's at, so let me look real quick. I've got nothing. I'm right. Oh, wait, no. I thought the line was 6.5. I do lean over.
That's what I figured you'd be at like 6.5.
Yeah.
He's just really not consistent at hitting that number, to be honest. He has like spikes and then just not that consistent.
Charlotte game a blowout. Yeah, 36-point blowout. Yeah, minutes still have been kind of fluctuating too. If you told me he played 33 minutes though, it would be kind of like an auto bet.
I think he's playing 30 plus if the game stays close.
I do too. If he plays 35, I make this number 7. You think he plays?
No, he's not playing 35.
You're right.
32 max.
Blowout potential as well. I'm going to leave this as a lean. I do like the over. Let me see the best price because it 122 offshore. 130 at DK. Yeah. I do lean over that. Again, I don't want another over in this game, though.
Yeah, same. I got 2. I'm chilling on overs.
If I had to ask you,
Any 76ers game, you ain't catching me with more than 2 overs.
If you had to pick one though, Pods or Draymond?
Pods. I like pods more. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's about doing it for this game and the show, man. Is there anything else you wanted to talk to? Anything you wanted to circle back on?
Nope. I'm pretty much good. I think we got a lot of plays for like a small slate, which is pretty impressive.
I agree. Let me go ahead. I'm going to read through everything, and then we're gonna call it. I always like to recap at the end because we get a lot of people that come back and watch the replay. So I'm gonna start with my plays first. I've got Malik Beasley 4+ threes. That's my play of the day. 1.5 unit bet. Paul George over 16.5 points. LaMelo Ball over 24.5 points. Tyrese Maxey under 6.5 assists. Azor Thompson over 7.5 RAs. Joel's on that one as well, correct? And then Kyrie Irving under 5.5 assists. Joel, do you want to recap yours real quick?
Yeah. Let's see here. I got Paul George over 25.5 PRA last night. LaMelo Ball over 31.5 points and assists. And then I also played Azor Thompson over 7.5 rebounds and assists. And then I got Kelly Oubre over 6.5 rebounds and Kelly Oubre to record a double-double.
I love that little sprinkle on the double-double. Well, that's going to call it for us today. Joel, you free tomorrow? If you're free tomorrow, feel free to slide in. If not, we're going to be
I'll
here.
let you know.
Sounds good. Best of luck today, y'all. We do appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you haven't yet, drop a like, drop a retweet, drop a follow for my boy Joel. Best of luck today. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, let's go.
Later.